Hello everyone, so welcome to this tutorial. So in this tutorial I'll be showing you how to create this triangle sci-fi object. Alright, so I got rid of the cube and I'm going to actually pull out I'm going to pull out a polygon object, and I'm actually going to use the shift key to rotate this around so I get to a triangle. So hold the shift down when you do that. Now hit all three of these points and let's pull this out with a fillet or bevel. And I'm going to make it about there. It looks good. Yeah, maybe a little bit deeper. I'm going to use this for my base to start off with. And now I'm going to actually go ahead and extrude this thing out. So there's an anomaly here, which I'm going to get rid of first of all. So select the line tool, let's delete this piece right here. Okay, now let's go ahead to the face tool or the line tool. And we're going to actually extrude this down. So I'm not going to make it into a solid, just a surface. There we go. Hit OK. It'll save us time. So then we're going to go in and actually select these faces, and we're going to delete those. So we can actually create some new forms. So select the face selection, select this one, hit Shift X, this one Shift X, and that one Shift X. Cool. So this is the basis of how we start. So we're going to select this line here and this line here, hit the F key, and we're going to hit the BR for bridge edge. Thing over here. It's a nice curvature. It's not straight, which is cool. And I'm going to do the same thing on this bottom piece. So BR, G2, G2, perfect. And the same thing on this side. F, BR, there we go. Now let's go and select these three sections. So I decided to go upward instead of downward just to make it easier. All right, so select these blue lines again. Let's delete those. Always wanted to get rid of those. Great. And now let's go ahead and select the bottom two sections here. And again, F and BR. We'll do the same thing all around. So again, this line, F, BR to bridge edge. Say OK. And the same thing on the side. So those two, F, BR. And again, bridge edge. Hit the OK. Cool. So let's go ahead and select all the lines around the top here. And we're going to actually use the patch tool to patch this section. So select them all, hit the patch tool. And that looks great. So now we can select these three upper sections that we already created. Hit the Shift X to get rid of those. Since we got the top done. Now let's continue to build this out. Now I want to create a different form for the back end here, just to give it some variation. And this is a standard triangle. So I'm going to go ahead and use the line tool. And so I'm going to select this and bring this down to extrude that out. Let's get rid of the top piece here, the blue one. Now that we got that done, I want to use this to help my ability to add some different forms. So I'm going to select this and hit the Control R. And this will bring the isoparam in. And I just decided now to go with the line tool instead. So I'm going to select the centers. And I'm going to select the center of this one and go to the end, as well as the opposite side as well. So select the center, go to the other side here, and then right click. This will help us do the isoparam properly. So again, select the face. Now that we got these lines here, it'll help us support this easier. So again, let's hit the face here. And we're also going to go to Control R, and we're going to bring this right to the center. And same on the other side here. So select that section and go all the way to that point. Let go. There we go. Now exactly half and half of that section. And now I could actually create some forms from this. So I'm going to go ahead and use the line tool. I'm going to put snaps on. And we'll go about 4 sections and another 4 sections. And then back in to this point. There we go, right click. Now we can select these 2 sections here and do a B key to fillet this. So let's take the snaps off first, and we'll pull this out on the plus. Give it a nice smooth curve. All right, so we can set this line here and we can actually extrude it. So hit the E key and bring it down. Hit the OK button. And now we select these sections here, all 3 of them, and hit Shift X so we can get rid of those. and the line as well. Select those and hit delete. And that section there and delete that. I'm going to set that in and this end. Hit the F key, hit the BR. I'm going to pull those together as a section. But this time I'm going to do a G1 because, again, it's just way too much of a curvature there. So a G1 there. Give it some different form. So select the OK. Now let's go ahead and select these other two lines here. F, BR. Again, we'll put G1. G1. And that's cool. I'm going to pull these two lines down. And now select the blue lines and delete those. And now let's go around this object and start selecting the lines. So let's keep going with it all the way around. Select that one, that one, that one, that one, this one, that one, and this one. And that's all of the lines that we need to select. And now let's go ahead and patch. Now on this one, I use the X NURBS. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. G1 to give it a nice form. G1. That looks cool. A little different shape than you normally would have. Hit the OK button. Let's go and select these sections here and join them with the J key. Now we can select these faces here and just hit Shift X so we can get rid of them. And again, select these points and delete them. Cool. So let's go ahead and select all the lines around the top here. And we're going to actually use the patch tool to patch this section. So select them all, hit the patch tool. Patch tool. Again, G1, G1 on the sides, and G1 on the bottom. Hit the OK button. So let's go ahead and do the same thing we did to the other side. So let's go ahead and do that. Select those sections there and hit Shift X. Now we select the line and go all the way around. Hit the Alt key. Now we got the whole thing selected. We're going to patch this as well. Hit the OK. Now select the top line here with the Alt key. And let's pull this out. And give it a chamfer first. Hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and select this again with the Alt key. And this one with the Shift Alt. I'll pull this out a little bit with a nice fillet. So it gives a nice smooth round off. And then the bottom as well. We'll pull this out. Again, we'll do a fillet on this one. We're going to select these lines and give a little bit of a fillet as well. Not too much. 0.007 or 6. Yeah. We'll type it in. 0.005. Same with this other one. Yeah, it's really small. So let's go and increase this a little bit more. So instead of 5, bring this up to 9. And that looks better. Let's hit OK. Now select the top view. And we're going to actually add another circle on top. Okay, so I can pull out a circle right here. And not too far out. So about right about there. And that looks good. All right, so now that we got the circle, we're going to actually add and Shift D it so we can make a copy of it. And we're going to bring it up. We're going to hit the OK. And we can select the one on the bottom here and also hit the G key and bring that one up. First we'll scale it in a little bit. And then we'll hit the G key and bring it down to the top one here into the space. Now we can select the face tool and select both of these. So select face tool, select the bottom one and then the top one. And hit the L key to loft. Select the line tool and delete these two sections. The delete key. Now let's go pull this out with the fillet. So it's on the plus. Hit OK. And then we can select this object here that we just created and hit the G key to move it down into place. I'm going to bring it in. And put a nice little bevel on that thing so it actually makes a nice cut inside. So let's go to side view. Say OK. Now we can select the main object and then this object to boolean into it. And hit So you hit the Q one time. And then now we can actually set this line here and kind of make a nice little bevel here with a fillet. So about right there, looks good. Hit OK. All right, so let's go and pull another disc out over here. So we'll kind of line it up with this line that we created from the edge to the other edge of this object. So I created two of them, one smaller, one bigger. Again, I scaled it with the S key twice. And now I'm going to actually use the face tool, and actually the first one, second one. And we'll hit the loft keys to loft this together. So hit L, hit OK. Now let's go select these two lines and delete those. One on top, one on bottom. That's going to pull this out with a fillet. And I think that'll look good right there. So I want to add some things to this to add a little bit more defined details. So let's go ahead and get the line tool and pull it out over here. This will cut into the object basically. Bring this back in and in there. And we can actually hit the face tool with the points here and actually do a nice fillet there. So select those, hit B, pull it down into plus, hit OK. We can select the face tool here, and we'll also extrude this out. Like about there. Hit OK. Okay, we're going to line this up on the side here. Hit the G key. We can hit the F key, and we can move this straight down to the center. Right. See right there. Bring it back down. Something like that. So let's go select this line after we hit OK, and just delete that. All right, so let's go select this object that we just created. Go to the top view, and we're going to do a radial ray. So select the center, pull it out. And here we got like 16. We'll go with that. So I'm going to hit QQ. So QQ to connect them. Hit the OK. Nice. I'll select these bottom pieces all the way around. All right, so keep going around. I'm going to fast forward this section here. This is redundant. All right, so now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go ahead now and take this object and bring it into the space. So go to the side view here, use the G key, bring it down. I'm going to bring it just right to the edge there, not too far in, almost to the end. Cool. I'm going to hit the Shift D. And we're going to bring it over to the other point. That's right there. It comes out perfect. And same with this side. So Shift D, and then move them with the G key, with the F key. All right, so we got that. Let's go ahead and hit Q. Okay, so now that we've actually booleaned that section out, it looks really good. I think I'm happy with the design look. So now I'm going to actually go back in now and do some more things. We're going to actually add some more cuts, bring some stuff in deeper, and create some new forms. So let's continue. So let's select the actual face tool, select this one, and this one. And we're going to bring that in, not straight down, no, but we want to hit the E key first. So we're actually cutting into it. So hit the E key and bring it straight down. About there. About there sounds good. Now that we've got that, let's go ahead and select this section in here. We're going to actually use the Shift D. So we're going to select these three lines here. And we're going to pull these down a little bit as a chamfer to give it a nice edge there. And again, I'm going to select these three more sections again. This time I'm going to bring it down a little bit more, actually up a little bit, and then we're going to hit the E key again into the space so it actually cuts into it. So now let's select this main. Okay, so I'm selecting the main cylinder section here, and I'm going to hit the extrusion there. And I'm going to hit actual circle again and bring it out, and we're going to actually bring it out a little bit wider. Or actually right to the edge there. And we're going to create another one a little bit wider than that. About there. Cool. Okay, so now we got that piece selected there. We're going to actually go now and create a rectangle on top here and pull it out. We're going to help create some different sections here. I want to use a rectangle with the center though, center snap. So select in the center here, and we'll pull this out. So about right about there. Cool. And we can select the points here, and we can scale them in. Hit the S. Hit the S key. Pull it in. There we go. Hit OK. Now we can select these two, and let's do a fillet here, so it's nice and rounded. Hit OK. All right, so let's select the line tool. We're going to select that piece, and this piece. And we're actually going to scale this in. So hit the SS. And just try to get the same amount of spacing that I've done to emulate what I've done. Bring it down a little bit more, basically. All right, so now I've got this kind of lined up. Well, it's a little bit too small, a little bit too big. So about right there. Let me zoom in a little bit more. Sometimes that's what you need to do to get to the right spacing. I'm going to go right about there. Cool. So now I can use the So that created one. I'm going to head and actually do a radio array. And I'm going to actually go down to 3. I want to emulate the sides, basically. So it looks like it belongs. All right, now we can actually go in and start cutting some of these extra lines that we don't need. And then we can actually use this to dig into the top piece. So let's go select the lines, and we'll use the trim. We're going to select these inner pieces there. We're also going to select this piece there, that one, and that one. Cool. Now we select the face tool again, face selection. Select this section, this one, this one, this one, and the next one. And now we can actually just pull it down. Right, so now we select the object tool. Let's go and select this piece here. And we're going to hit the Q. All right, so let's go and delete the actual blue lines now. All right, so now let's go ahead and clean up some of these edges here as well. We're going to do some fillets here and some chamfers. So let's go ahead and select the bottom here. This one we're doing a fillet. It's basically on the plus. All right, so we pulled that out. That looks good. Let's go ahead and work some other sections as well. So select these inner pieces throughout, all 3 of them. Hit the Alt key while you're doing it. And let's pull this out on the plus again. Just like that. Hit OK. We select these lines here. Select this one, Shift key, same with that one, this one, and that one. Now we got all this selected. Let's pull this out on the plus again. So it gives it more of a rounded look. That looks good. Now let's select the top piece with the Alt key. And again, we're going to pull this out. This time we're going to actually add in a chamfer. Hit the OK. And now let's select this piece here and the one on top. And again, hit the Alt key while you're doing it. And then select those. And this one will be a fillet. Make sure you got all of them selected. Pull it out on the plus. So it looks nice. All right, so let's go ahead and select a circle in the center here. Just like that. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to scale this piece down a little bit. And we're going to bring it up toward the other one. Cool. Now let's hit the face selection and hit both of them. The shift key, hit L, hit OK. Now select the bottom and top and just delete those edges. And let's pull this out. Okay, this will be a fillet on the plus. Sometimes you need to get a little closer to see what you're doing. So pull this out. There we go. Hit OK. Let's push this into the space. Okay. Okay, select this section here and this section and hit the Q. And then Shift Q. Now let's go ahead and delete that top piece. So go ahead and hit the delete key. And now we can go in and start actually adding in some fillets on this. So that's a nice rounded fillet. And then this one, we're going to actually do a chamfer inward. Gives it some variations like that. Hit OK. Now we select these two intersections here and do a nice fillet. Hit OK. Now select the face tool. Select this top piece. Hit the Shift X to delete that. And I'm going to create a sphere right on top here. I got to make sure I get to the 0 or the Z axis to make it easier. I'll pull this out again, right to the edge here. And one thing I don't want when it's pink, it means it's cutting. I got to select the do not select target bodies so that way it doesn't delete it. Now it's there. Looks good. Hit OK. Now I'm going to scale this in just a little bit with SS. Okay, select the line tools, do a few more things. We got that line there we need to take care of. So let's take care of that. This one we're going to do first a chamfer here, and then we're going to do a fillet on this as well. So hit OK. And then select the line again. And then the top one there. And pull those both out with the plus. Looks good. Now let's go ahead and start this cleaning up of these inner chamfers that we created and put some fillets on all of them. Keep going around. I got that one and that one to do as well. And this one. Cool. Let's pull those out. Plus. And then the very center sections here as well. And that's pretty much it for this modeling. So please subscribe so I continue to build these things out. I hope you enjoy these. Let me know in the comments. Thank you. Have a great day.